Right, let's try this again, everyone. Hi! Right, there's no jumping, which is making me think that it's something to do with the camera or the lead. So bear with me, I just need to get the chat up on the iPad. Back to the old days. We got the phone at the minute. So let me see the chat. I'm back. We made it back. So there's no jumping. There is no jumping. Wow, hey. Okay, so I'm going to order another lead. That will be the thing. My next duty. I've just pressed, yes, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so episode 1. So what I'm going to do today. Hi. I'm back. Yeah, so we got no jumping, have we? So that means it was my lead all along. It must be the lead. Hi everyone. So we'll give everyone a couple of minutes. Go and grab your teas and coffees if you need to, because we're going to be here for a little while. So I just want to explain what we've got going on, and I want to show you what episodes we've got coming up. I say they're episodes. I'm going to call them episodes. They're videos, each one different one, you know. No jumping on this end either. I'm back. So I'm thinking it's the lead. I hope it's the lead, because I can just replace that very easily. Okay, so what I've got planned, everyone, as we'd previously done on a live stream before. Hi everyone, so I'm just going to move you a second. There we go. Let me just move you. That's it. Okay, so what I want to explain to everyone, I've got a series, don't worry about this, this was really roughly done, a series of 10 videos, 10, and each of them is going to be done on one of these Mariola Budek PDFs. So I've planned them out week by week, one a week, what we're going to be doing. I was hoping to have done this the other day, but I have no internet anyway. So what I'm going to be doing is one per week. We're going to be either live streaming or uploading hair episodes. So I've planned them out according to, these are going to be tester pages. I've planned them out according to request. Hiya! So we've got blonde, golden blonde today. I've picked out the colours. I've made my little tiny cards that you can see, and you can tell which colours are which. Each hair episode will be done with different branded pencils. Hi everyone. Hi Sky. How are you doing? Is it blurry? How's your screens? Let me know. It's clear my end. Try, if it's blurry, try adjusting the, hi everyone, try adjusting or refreshing, but it's coming up clear my end. Is it okay now? Maybe it was out of focus. So week by week I will tell you what we've got coming up. So this week is golden blonde. Video 2 next week will be purple ombre hair. So like a galaxy hair. So we'll be going from a dark purple, a light purple and some blues, and in there will be some stars and it will look like a galaxy sky. Video 3 will be dark red to light red. So we're going to have like a red combination. We're going to be using different images for different ones. So you can see we've got these images here. We're going to be doing black on hair episode 4. Unicorn pastel hair on episode 5. We're going to be using strawberry blonde gingery hair on episode 6. We're going to go for a brown hazelnut on number 7. We're going to go for a white ash blonde, a very pale blonde on episode 8. Hiya Honor. We're going to be going for a grey, dark grey root on episode 9. And number 10, we're going to go for an ombre brown to caramel hair. So you know where they go sort of to here and then they go like to a caramel kind of ombre look. So we're going to be doing 10 episodes, 10 weeks. If I can, I'll include 2 in 1 week. I will see how the filming goes. At the moment, I'm on my phone, so if we get pea soup again, I do apologise. We're going to try and see how much we can get done. So today we're going to go for golden blonde. Hiya Laurie. Hi everyone that's coming on in. So golden blonde I've done quite a few times on previous images. So for Golden Blonde, I'm just going to use this particular image. This is from Mariola Budek, and it's over in her Etsy store, and it's a 9-image pack. You get 9 images, different hairstyles, different hair, you can do, you know, variations. And I just thought it'd be a good idea because some people do struggle with hair. I personally love doing hair, and we're not worrying about skin tones, we're focusing solely on the hair. Yeah, I'm back. So it just sounds like something I really wanted to do. So previously when I've done Golden Blonde hair, I've already picked my pencils out because I've done it in the past. And if you have any sound issues, picture issues, do let me know. So I've picked out Polychromos for this particular set. I will do any pencil set I've got. I'm going to do a range of them with different sets so you get an idea of what to use in each of those that you have got. So it's up to you how you would like to approach it, but I'm going to give you how I would approach it. And I always say that I don't class them as tutorials, I class them as something that I use, something that I do, and I bring it over to you, and if you like it, you can take it away from the channel kind of thing. So that is how I do it. Hi everyone. So yeah, that is how I'm going to go for it. Okay, so I have got dark Naples Ochre, black, I will tell you here, Naples Yellow, burnt umber, and brown ochre. We want nice pointy pencils. One of the big things with doing hair is that you need, for strands, you need nice pointy pencils. Hi Robin, well, welcome back everyone. Thank you for coming and joining me again. So sorry about the last one. It seems to have been my lead, so I will get a new lead. Okay, so I will, gosh, 1 minute guys, there we go. So I've got my swordfish sharpener, as you can see. Good thing with this is I can zoom you in as well. So we're going to bring up to this part of her hair. So I'm going to start off with a very light tone to start, and this is our base colour. No, I don't, Grace. I haven't got anything really against them. I just like a nice long sharp tips. So the good thing with this, and this is a starting point, this kind of PDF, is that you have got a direction to follow. So I will go for my lightest shade, and I'm literally going to stick this very lightly. I'm barely touching the paper. This is a light shade only. So you're going to go over the entire area very lightly because we're going to bring strands in after. I will put it in the corner of what name and number we've got going on. So I can even bring it down a little bit. There you go. So I'm just going to start off with this section at the top of the hair. And you've got to keep your highlight. This is your lightest shade. So lightest shade down to start with. See, we've all got our little things, haven't we? Mine has always been, I don't like blunt pencils, but you know, everyone's got their own. Okay, so I'm just going to go very lightly, and I'm touching the paper very, very lightly. I'm going to go over the entire area here. So I'm going to cover, I'm going to have to bring that down a bit, guys. I'm going to cover all of this first. I'll start with this, and then we'll work our way down. Hopefully this will be okay, and my phone doesn't overheat, because I'm back to the old days. Hi Debbie. Hi everyone that's coming on over. So the good thing is you've still got, when you do it lightly, you're not taking out your light and dark areas. So you've got a starting point. So from your root downwards, you've started off where you would like to have your highlights and your hair that you want darker. And the good thing with Golden Blonde is you've got a variation of blonde and you've got a variation of brown. I'm just going to zoom you out a tiny bit so you can see a bit better. Okay, then my second colour, we'll go work our way down after, is dark Naples Yellow. This is a slightly different tone, as you can see, to this one. This one's slightly lighter, this one's slightly darker. And now we're going to start adding strands. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you for joining. And hello to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to start with the top root. So now you can start bringing down where you want your Golden Blonde. So we've got dark Naples Ochre. As I said, I'm going to leave those little cards, and each time I do one of these episodes, I'm going to bring these cards in so you can see. And you're going with the direction of the hair. And with pencils, they're so versatile. The versatility between these and doing a marker base is amazing, because you can keep a highlight. Yeah, exactly. Right, sorry, I'm going to sip a tea then, because I'm going to be talking. So very sharp point, I'm bringing up, and as I said to you, you're keeping to a point, and your point is the dark areas. So this doesn't actually take too long. And this is how you approach. If you didn't have the aid or you didn't have the hair direction, you would do the same. So you're going with it. So this is number one. As I said, this is golden blonde. And again, you're going to bring those same directional parts in, and you're going to go with the flow. And the good thing is this has got a tiny aid for you. So you're going with it, and it's very, very sharp. So you're starting to build up a little bit. Do I have a preference for pencils when doing hair? Robin, honestly, no. I use all of them, everything but the kitchen sink kind of thing, you know. No, I don't. I love to mix my pencils. Yeah, Mariola Budek on Etsy if you want the PDF images. And as I said, we've got 10 episodes all together, everyone. Okay, so again, I'm bringing my dark Naples Ochre, and I'm just following the point, and the point is the direction of the hair. And we'll introduce the other colours, and it'll be a golden blonde. This is golden blonde today. And this is just how I colour. It's not a tutorial, it's just showing you how I approach them. And they might be reference for people, they might be handy for people, but if you start off on an image like this, you progress up. Just trust me on that. You've got a starting point and you progress up to other images and blank images kind of thing. Hi Victoria, hi everyone again. Hi Charlotte, welcome back. So I'm going with the flow on this. I'm not going to rush it. Hopefully my phone doesn't overheat and doesn't cut me off, so we'll stick with it. As I said, I'm order another lead, so it appears to be my lead. So we'll bring that up, and I'm literally following the direction of the hair. So just carry on that straight down. We'll get back to Fairy Miracles on our next live stream as well, guys, because we've got that to finish, our Autumn Fairy. So I'm leaving and I'm referencing the middle part as a the middle part as my highlight. Yeah, I'm back, Kenneth. I'm back. I made it back. Okay. So you start to see now that we're getting a little bit more of a tone coming in the hair. It's starting to look a bit more realistic. And the whole thing is with hair, what I have found over doing people for 4 years now, is there's always to follow whatever the direction that every image has a different direction with hair, and every artist draws it very differently. And you just sometimes need to use your imagination on what direction they go in, because they don't give you a reference. The good thing with these ones, they're a good starting point. They're a good PDF that you can have a practice on. Remember, if there's anything for me, everyone, just pop it in caps and it'll catch my eye, because I've got the iPad in front of me so I can read it. Okay, so as long as you can see which we're using and which way we're going. So we'll start off with the top and work our way down. So we've got a reference. So into the middle, we're going to keep some of that highlight, and we're going to kind of bring that down as well. And just keep with the flow. The flow of the hair, the good thing is that you're keeping with it, and you're using your point and meeting it up. So your point is here. So you're keeping to the point. Hi everyone that's coming in. Thank you for coming on back. Excuse me. So what you all up to this weekend? Anything nice? So I'm going to keep down. We're not going to worry about skin today. We're just worrying. We could do a mini series in skin. I did like a Hispanic skin yesterday with luminance. So I'm trying to work on those for a little mini series after this. This is a series of episodes on hair, and then we might do a mini series on skin too. So I've got to find some good reference pictures for that I would like to go with. Okay, I've got many PDFs that I could go for, so I need to pick out. It's planning it, and then once I've done that, I've got a lot of plans for the new year. So yeah, we got so much. Hi May, welcome back. Take care, Jude. Thank you for coming on over. Okay, so we've kind of got this started now. Now I'm going to bring in some brown ochre, and brown ochre starts to golden it up a little bit. So like my hair, I've got different colours in my hair. I've got blonde, I've got a darker blonde, I've got a slight brown and a darker brown, and it's more like a golden blonde rather than a white blonde. That's the kind of look that I'm going for. As I said, the hair episode 1 is golden blonde. So we've got a series of them coming. Okay, now nice sharp tip, brown ochre, and I think I'm going to start from this point. And I'm just going to bring down those strands. And now you're starting to have to really take note of where your strands are going, because they, as I said in a previous stream, I'll show you. I need a piece of paper. So imagine this is your hair. That's a really rubbish drawing. Just imagine that's your hair. You want to go from a point. So your point is here. You're not doing this. So it's making the point and brushing it off of that. So that's how we're approaching this. So you're coming down and starting to add depth into that blonde. We can always come back to the blondes after, but now we're starting to plan out very lightly. You're not pressing hard, you're medium pressure, and building on the strands and building them up. So this is a process, and it's quite therapeutic because you're following what's already in front of you. So it can be a very therapeutic process. So, all right, Robin, that's fine. You have a good day. As I said, if there's anything aimed at me, just put it in caps. With 94 people, sometimes I don't see what's being said. So if there's anything aimed, just put it in caps so it catches my eye. Okay, so we're starting to bring those down. As I said, you're building up. You're doing different pressures. You're going to light pressure and medium pressure. And as you're coming up, you're swishing that out. You're swishing down. And it's just a nice look when you build up a variation of colours for a golden blonde. So as I said, polys are very versatile. People think that, yeah, they're harder to a Prisma, but trust me when they are very good for doing hair, because they've got a nice hard point to them. And when you've got a point on pencils, they can really create a nice effect. Starting to build that up. So this is going to be my sort of goldening tone to the golden blonde. And it's a matter of picking your colours. I'm gonna sit there one night when I haven't got so much pain, and I'm gonna do some colour cards. And colour cards are these for all my pencil sets, so that I can have them in the screen when I'm doing you know, these types of things. That will take a while. It might take me a year. It might. Hi Susan Ann, how are you? And thank you so much for that lovely review you left on my Facebook page. That was really lovely. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And you're my first reviewer. You are. You're my first and only reviewer. You left such a lovely comment and a 5-star review. It's beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so I am building on these strands, and I'm going to have to sharpen this a little bit to sort of pronounce it. Okay, so you can start to see the variation. So I'm going to just sharpen this a little bit more. Oh, thank you, Susan, you're so sweet. Okay, so nice sharp tip again. And because I'm not pressing too hard, I say that, but I shouldn't have a pencil snap because I'm building on the strands. So I'm kind of going with the point. My point is these parts. I'm building up that pressure and flicking it out and off the page. So it starts to really bring to light the highlights. Now the top will be darker in general because we've got a darker shading from the illustrator, and the illustrators do give you a prompt. They kind of do. Even if it looks blank, you've got a prompt. That's okay, Dar. I call you Dar. Are you okay with Dar rather than Darlene? Or would you prefer to be called Darlene? Or Cheshire? Okay, so bringing that pressure in. And this will be a bit darker here because it's a darker part in general. And again with this as well. So we're just bringing on, and as I say, it's good practice. So if you haven't got these images and you can at some point afford them, I highly recommend them. Print them on a good card. You can get various cards on Amazon's. A good quality card is always really nice. And then you can practice with your different pencils. You could even do this with budget. If you've got Black Widow sets, if you've got Artesias, they would work really well with this. We're going to use Artesias for one as well. So you can use, I'm going to use different pencil sets in different ones. Dar. Thank you. I love saying Dar. I'm like, hi Dar. So if anyone's wondering, Dar is Cheshire. Okay, so I'm going to bring this lamp over a little bit more. My hand's going to go over here, so I'm going to be hiding some of the image, and I'm going to be bringing that pencil down. I'm just going to touch my phone a minute, guys. You're all right for a minute. It's not hot. We're back to these days. We're back to the hot phones. Okay. Hopefully it will play ball with us, everyone. I don't use my phone to stream anymore, so it should be alright to me. Okay, so we're going to bring those strands down. And the other colours that we introduce are just going to be a part to darken. So I'm continuing with this sort of pattern. Right, with this bit, they're tiny little strands, so I'm only going to do mini swish and flicks. And then bring that as well to sort of meet the middle. But you can always introduce back some blonde after. So swish and flicking it. And that's all I'm sort of doing with the middle parts. So you can see that it kind of accentuates that part. Then again, I'm just continue. It's a really continuous, monotonous, but very relaxing. So if you've got the time to sit and really get into something and have a good practice, this is my kind of suggestion, is to one day just sit there and do the hair series with me, and see how you get on, see if it's something you're enjoying, and if you do, let me know, especially over on Facebook. Send me the pictures. I am over on Facebook and also in the Reading with Pugs group, Jen's group. You can find me over there. I'm always around somewhere. Okay, so we've kind of built up that side, so you can start to see the variation. Hi Francis, how are you, lovely? Hope you're well. Did you look at the cart? Did you have a look on that link that I sent you? Okay, now we're going to go over to a deeper tone. And now we're going to go over to Burnt Umber. I've put Poly and it's 280. Now we're just going to add, this isn't going to be too much. We're going to bring in some, and I'm very barely touching the paper. Hi Leonie, thank you. So I'm doing this. This is a light kind of approach. This would be dark. Oh, see I did my pencil snap then. That's dark. We're not doing that. We're doing this. So we're building up little tiny layers. Yeah, they're just nice, neat and tidy, Francis. I snapped my pencil. Okay, so with these, it's literally just bringing in that extra depth. I'm going to put my arm around here. Hopefully I don't knock the camera. I'm sort of bringing those down. And I'm adding that at the top. So into your darkest areas only, because this will really start to define those strands. You know, like we've all got, those of us that dye our hair, that we get the roots and we have slightly darker roots than everywhere else. So the tops will be defined like that. That we have different colour hair without even wanting it, but we got it. Okay, so again, I'm going to bring that into the dark areas only. And define that. So it starts to build up some nice colours. Yeah, we're going to get there, Dash. I'm going to have to choose them. So it would be quite pale tones, more towards the creams. And we're going to have a look at that. But I would some ash blondes has got like a slight grey to it. So I'm going to have a good look through. And it won't be with the polys, I shouldn't imagine. I think I'm going to do those with Prismas, an ash blonde, a light blonde. So I wouldn't do these colours. These are more darker to define it. So before I do each episode, I will pick out the colours, you know, try them, and then I will do the cards for them so you can see what I'm doing. So... Hi those that join in. Candy, Kiwi. How are you, lovely? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Hope everyone's doing good this Saturday. We're so near to Christmas, guys. 5 weeks. You're all looking forward to it. And what you got any plans? So bringing up those strands. Now I don't want too many, so I'm going to be quite selective into where I would like these darker areas to go. So more here as well. So that's a darker tone. And then I'm quite happy with the progression of that. So I'm just going to introduce back into... Oh, hi Valerie. Thank you for coming on over. Okay, so I'm going to pick up my Naples Yellow again, which is, as you can see, 185. And I'm just going to bring some variation of that back. So just into these highlights areas. You see kind of these areas in the middle. So I'm going to bring it into there. And introduce some of that back up. So not too much. I'm kind of just, you can see, you're going into the areas that you can see are sort of more left than they were. So we've left these out of darker tones. So we're going to just introduce these back in, but give it more of a blondie tone because we've added the depth. The black will come in a minute, and that's going to be very selective on where we're going to put that. The black is literally just to define it only and not to overload it. So we're just picking out the areas in which we would like that to be. So if I bring that a little bit closer, you can see it's like hair. If you look at hair strands, you've got quite a lot of definition in hair. Thank you, Kimberly. And I really personally enjoy doing hair. Now you need your black. And your black's going to go only into where the darkest shading is already pre-existing on the image. So at the tops here, if I bring my hand around a minute, I'm going to try and not, at the tops, there's a bit of a darker area. So you're going with the shading. Go where the shading is telling you to go. So the shading is sort of at the top here. And your black is just to define. And I'll show you the pressure of the pencil. It is minimal. So just to define, as you can see. So if I show you, thank you, Kiwi. So when I'm doing my strands, it's like this, it's not this. You're building up a number of black lines with that. So, and that is how I always approach my hair. I build on. So we'll move on down in a minute. So these parts here as well. So you bring that down. Very lightly touching. You might want to add a couple down like a bit longer. And add up some as well. So you're just building on that. And that is how I'm going to stop on the top area. Thank you, Kenny. Right, so we're going to go back to basics again. So I'm going to put this down. Thank you, Tammy. How are you, Tammy? I hope you're well. So I might try and put this, okay. So we're going to go back to, again, if you've only joined and you want to see this from the beginning, we're doing it in sections. That way, if anyone's joining late, you get to see it from the beginning again. Valerie, it's so much fun to practice. I've got a lot of patience for this hobby. As I said, I'm going to be doing this forever until I drop. Alright, so 185 and very, very light pressure. You're going to go over the entire area. So we're going to go again. For those that are joining late, you can see it from, you know, scratch again. So the good thing is you can add in individual strands, which we will do at the end. So we can work on that as well. But for now, we're just going with what we've got pre-existing. So we're going with the illustration only. And we are using Polychromo pencils. So I'm going to lift up. We're going to just cover the entire area to this point till we get to the plait. So over all of it, now go with, there's a section in between that hasn't got hair, so we'll go with just where it is. There's a little parting there, and there's a little parting there, so we'll just be wary of that. Just cover the entire areas that have got. Hi, is it Lisette? Thank you so much for coming on over, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a new subby. We've had a load of new subscribers in the last week, so thank you so much. Welcome on over. Hope you enjoy yourselves here. Okay, so we're just doing a hair demonstration. This is week 1. We've got 10. It's 1 of 10, and today we're doing golden blonde. We're using a Mariola Budek image, and we are using Polychromo pencils by Faber Castell. Okay, so we have covered the entire area for now. We've left this part because we're going to come down to those after. We're doing section by section. So, hi Nia, how are you? Thanks for coming on over. Yeah, you can use the marker to base. Of course you can, Dash. You could do marker bases if you want to. I personally like to do a very pale, because I can control the pencil. Alcohol markers and markers are a little bit more of like a blast of colour. This way it's a bit more controlled for me. Okay, so we're going to go over to a dark Naples Ochre. Again, sharp point. Okay, so this is dark Naples Ochre. As I said, I've got the little card there so you know exactly which pencils I'm on. I'm going to come to this area and now we're going to strands because we have based down with the Naples Yellow originally, and the second colour in is where we start putting our strands in and controlling where we would like the strands and the look of the hair to go. And that is kind of how I look at hair. I love doing hair personally. I love doing most things, but hair, faces, I just love doing them. Hair so much. There's just so much joy in this for me. Like building on and seeing it come to life how you would like it is just, I just love it. It's incredible. I get so excited over these kinds of things, you know, just seeing things come to life. I think that's what made me really invested in the hobby, is seeing things like really jump to life on a page. Anyone else with me on that one? So we're building on that. We're going to make it try and look as realistic as possible and go with the flow. No, Tammy, I've come over to my phone, so it seems as though my lead or my camera is what's playing up. Oh, you know, so it must have been that. So I'm gonna go and get myself a new lead and try that, because I've got a new hub. I'll show you the box after. I've got BT here, which is our internet provider, and yeah, no, just, you know. Full BT, and we got a new hub, thinking it was that. Never mind, never mind. It's been one of those weeks, everyone, this week. But there's always a good side, always a plus, and I'm happy. We're here now, so I'm all happy again. Okay, so small strokes in. Oh, I know, Candace, I'm really looking forward to it. So glad that Jen asked me again, because we have a blast doing those, and everyone seems to like them. So good old time coming we got. So I am literally using the shading that Mariola has included in her image and go with the flow of that. Hi Phoenix, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to have to move this up, everyone, and then come, as long as you can you see it okay, what colour I'm using? So again, this has got quite a lot of directions, this hair, and that's why I was using this particular image for this hair, so that I could show you. So if you've got lots of different directions, you go with the direction whatever's provided in the image for you, so you don't have to do just straight. Oh, thank you, Candace. Yeah, I'm okay. How are you? I'm fine. Honestly, I'm fine. I've taken a couple of extra painkillers, and I missed you all too much. I was like, no, I'm coming here. I'm coming, whether my back likes it or not. I'm here. So yeah, we're just going with the flow on this one. So what are you all colouring this weekend, or projects, or anything in particular that you are working on? Any events that you're looking forward to? Any colour alongs that you're participating in? Thank you, Katrina. No, Dash. It's away in a drawer. Nothing's ever left out with me. I've got a bit of OCD like that. Things that have to be put away. Okay, so I'm just adding those strands with my dark Naples Ochre. And again, going with the flow on it. So this one's going to be in like a, let your hand go with the direction. Let me just make sure that this is not hot. Oh no, we're okay. Don't want to jinx it, but we're okay at the moment. So go with the direction that the image is kind of taking you. So let your hand flow. Let it flow. Oh, nice. That's a big project for the weekend. 5 projects going. Adult film colouring our fortune teller. Oh, nice. Down a brick wall. Been out. How are you getting on with that brick wall? I must admit, bricks are a little bit of a mundane task, aren't they? I did some bricks the other day in one of the Hannah Lynn pictures, Christmas pictures, and they were the thing that I just couldn't. Yeah, I'm with Hannah Lynn. Let me show you guys, very sidetracked very quickly because we're on hair. I've been doing quite a few Hannah Lynn pictures. Let me just quickly show you. So I've been doing the Christmas one. So I did this one, which was marker, but I do a lot of marker bases in Hannah Lynn, and I've done like a Hispanic skin. So she's like a darker Hispanic gal. You know, like they've got a slightly darker skin tone. Bricks by Lordy. That was done last year, but I did this one as well. And we've done like, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like glittery, sparkly snow. And I've also done, this one was such a dream to do, and I've been really enjoying these. So I'm kind of in the mood for Hannah Lynn at the moment. I love my Hannah. Hannah Lynn is just one of those go-tos for me. 10 different colours, wowzers. Good luck. Wowzers. Okay, so I'm still with Dark Naples Ochre. Sorry, I just quickly sidetracked there. But yeah, that was my like mundane brick task the other day. Janice, do you want me to show you how to do snow? Of course. Take care, CB. Thank you for coming over. Yeah, I can do it. You know what I'll do then when I next do another Hannah one? For Cozy Colouring Night, I was going to do a Hannah Lynn picture, so I can save doing. I can do snow, can't I? I'll save the snow and I'll do it on stream. I'll show you how to do snow. So that again, that's quite a lot of fun. It's some greys, some blues, a Posca pen, and I always glitter it up as well. But you can use pearlescence, and it's shading. It's shading snow very faintly, but a number of colours. Okay, so back to the hair. I'm just again following each section. Go section by section and bring in those strands. So you're following the pattern. You're welcome, my dear. What markers do I use? I use Touch 5s. I use Bic marking. I use a number of them. I use Super Tips now, never used to, but we never used to have the 100 set. It's on our Amazon now. So I saw those on there. I think Nia, did you say something about Super Tips? I didn't know. The Amazon UK never used to do the 100 set. It was only the 50, so I've only got the 50 set. And they do those. I didn't use a number one. Touch 5s are just a good, if you're just marker basing and you don't want to do any special effects. Then Spectrum Noir markers I'm practicing with, and I blend those together. So it's that's coming up soon, a stream with those and pencils, but not as a base. You can do special effects with Spectrum Noir markers. I know, I'm going to go on them for quite a bit. Ah. Are you in any groups? Show them over there. Hi, Kim. I use Stickles Dash, yeah, or Wink of Stella, but mostly Stickles. Stickles are great. Stickles in Waterfall or Crystal I use, or Diamond. They're great for snow. So Waterfall Stickles or Crystal Stickles or Wink of Stella Clear. Or even Spectrum Noir Crystal overlay as well. There's some little like things that you can use. Okay, so in these little sections here, I'm just going to go with the flow of the hair. Are you still with me, everyone? Okay, so now we're going to go on to our brown ochre. So we've got brown ochre next. And then I'm going to start bringing up the golden part. So again, we're going from point, and we're letting our hand go with the flow of the hair. So just let your hand naturally go. Your hand will naturally go with the flow. So if you're following, you're kind of lifting your hand as you go. So you're lifting it up and off the page. And that is the way that I kind of go with the hair. Is you're going with the strands, you're going with a point, and you're kind of going with the flow. It's like a combination. Ah, Nia, I'm going to have to go and have a look because yeah, they are something that the 100 set is worth having if you use them. Don't need them, but like them. It's that whole thing. you know, the lists never stop, do they? Never. Okay, so we're just additionally adding in the... Andrew, can you just shut the door in there? Thank you. Love you. Okay, so we're just adding that in. He's just washing up, bless him. That's why I said shut the door, otherwise you'll hear him just washing up. £19.40, that's really good. Really good. Really, really good. They never used to be here. You used to have to pay shipping from the US, and it was like £18 just for the shipping and customs, plus, you know, £20 for the actual product. So now it's on for £19 something, and then no shipping, free shipping, because it's now on our Amazon, which is really, really good. So there is, you just got to have a little root through, haven't you, and have a little look. Okay. So I'm just additionally adding in, so I'm going to just trail off a bit, and I'm just going to add a few strands. So if I'm going to come over to here, I'm just going to add a couple of little strands in, just add a couple down. So you're just bringing in a couple, it's totally up to you how you would like to do it. Okay, so I'm going to try and not knock that. And as I said, you're just going, when you're building up your colours, you're going very lightly with your pressure. I know, I said that the other day. She was just all declare ourselves bankrupt. It's just the way, isn't it? It's like that gif, you know, from The Office. Is it The Office US? And he's like, I declare bankruptcy. That's me. Okay, so as I said, just bring in all of those. Go with the flow, guys. Just going with the flow. So adding in those individual strands and going with the flow. Bring up and very lightly flick out. Nia, where I watched your video, lovely. Where are you from? You're another UK. Nia is a channel too, if you want to go and head on over to Nia. She started doing videos, bless her. So it's Nia's Craft Corner. So she's here in chat. Click on her three dots. Well, you won't leave the stream, but she's a new channel. She's new on the scene. She's starting to do some videos. So if you want to head on over to Nia, it's another channel we've got coming. Show a bit of support. Katrina, they were Crayola Super Tips we were just talking about. They're a water-based marker. They last quite long. I've had my 50 set not too long now, and they're still very juicy like the day I got them. And I've been using them quite a lot recently in the Hannah Lynn books. But they're the 50 set. They got the 100 set on Amazon, and it's actually cost effective to get the bigger set. So yeah, there's so many, and touch 5 markers are what I use as just a base, and also Bic marking, which I've done on a previous string where we had a little swatch of them, and they're brilliant. They're amazing. Again, they're on Amazon as well, so you can buy all these things on Amazon. They're all available to you, and they're budget friendly, all of them. Touch 5s are budget friendly, Bic marking are budget friendly, and Super Tips are budget friendly markers. One's water based, the Super Tips are water based, and the Bic marking and the Touch 5s are alcohol based. Thank you. I would never have guessed you were from Wales. Never. You got a very soft accent. Okay, so I need to just sharpen that again. What? You are kidding me. They won't send you the Touch 5. What is wrong with them? Okay, so we're still going with this. I'm not changing yet from my brown ochre. We're still with the show of the brown ochre at the moment. We'll come down to those individual ones. So here is a little bit of a darker area here. So we're going to keep with that. Go with the dark areas. With the dark areas, you can go a bit heavier on your pressure. You can make that your dark area. You can introduce some blonde back, but for now, we're just going to start planning on the golden parts, which is the brown ochres. The brown ochres is what makes it look like a dark blonde, like my hair. Oh no. I wonder why. Is there any other alcohol markers that are very similar than Touch 5s that you can have access to? The only downside, guys, is that the Touch 5s do dry out. Mine have, well, half of mine are dried out now, so I will be renewing them, but they do dry very quickly and they're not refillable. But then for £30 in, you know, my money, you can get another set. They're not expensive. Yeah, have a look, because there should be one that is similar. Cause sometimes they have different names, but they are all the, you know, similar kind of product. So with this, you can put your, you know, it's another little tip. When you want your highlight, keep your finger there. Sorry about knocking that. And that will be your stopping point. Your pencil can't go further. So when you move your finger, you've got your highlight. So you can always use that as a blockade. If you're not quite sure where you want your pencil to stop, or you know, your pencil's having too much fun, it's still going on down there, you can put your pencil there, and that is a little stopping point. So when you take your finger away, you've got it there, you know. So again, let me show. You got your it's such a good little tip. You can keep your highlight, then your highlight's there. So you've got a little blockade with your finger. Your finger is your blockade. Yeah, Nia. One of the mods will have to do it, or they can click on your... try it, and if it doesn't come up, then it'll have to come up to be approved. If that doesn't come up, one of the mods will have to. Okay. So again, keeping a highlight. I want the highlight to stay. We're nearly down to the plait. We're almost down to the plait. There. Oh, thank you, May. So just keep, as I said, if you've got a little part that you want to keep a little highlight, put your finger there. And it will stop you going there. I mean, I kind of just swish and flick it up, so you know, I've got that kind of going by now. But in the beginning, I used to put my finger there. And it just enabled me to keep that area. It's just a little thing I used to do. I used to have my finger just there, and you know, I couldn't go beyond that, can I? Because it's sort of like the biggest barrier of all. I'm lost on that, sorry. I'm completely lost on that conversation. So I was just trying to read chat. Remember, if there's anything is specific to me, just pop it in caps. If not, I just know that you're talking amongst yourselves. You know, it's fine. Okay, we're nearly there with that. So we've put our brown ochre in. Then I am going to get burnt umber. And we are very seldomly going to, I'm going to try and leave that at the side. Very seldomly going to pick out where your darkest areas are, only where you're going to apply the burnt umber. So I'm going here, and again I'm kind of coming up into these areas. These areas are darkest, so I'm going to apply the dark umber there only, not into my light areas. Oh, oh I was lost on the conversation, that's all it was. I was like, what am I reading? Okay, so again, just bringing into the darkest shading only. So are we still with it? Are we still with the ride here, the hair ride, the golden hair? Okay, so again, I'm just bringing that into this area is pretty dark, so we're going to keep with that. And then I'm just going to be selective here on where I would like that. I'm going to just move that at the side a minute, everyone. So this part, again, that's quite dark there, isn't it? And then same with these parts. So I'm just picking out where I would like the dark parts to go. Ah, yeah, I think wherever we're all from, we've got a different way, haven't we? So sometimes we don't get things, or we don't get humour, or it confuses, I think, you know, because I might say something you think, what? But no, it's just, we've all got, wherever we're from, we've got our different ways. It might either come around defensive or forward, you know, some people are quite forward, and it's not meaning it bad, it's just where we're from. Okay, so this coming along now, so we're kind of nearly there. Now again, I'm going to bring back my lightest colour, which was Naples Yellow. Naples Yellow, I'm just going to put again into all these parts that we've left as a highlight. I'm going to bring very sharp strands, so sharp strokey strands. We're going to come into those, and I'm just kind of planting them in those areas, and that will bring back some of the light tone. As I said, this is going to be a 10-part sort of mini series, shall we call it. So now we need our black, and our black, oh, that needs to go somewhere you can see it, that would be good, wouldn't it? The black is gonna, as I said, above, you know, it's gonna be selective onto where you would like this. So you're gonna pick very wisely where this will go, and this is your like final sort of define, so it's a defining colour. It defines where you would like your deepest shading to go, and go with the flow on this, because you've already got pre-shading existing, so you're going to kind of use that as your guide. So very short, very mild, very light strokes onto certain areas only, and this will always just help you a little bit. So if you want to have a go at any other, you know, pencil sets, match them up. Just go by eye. Go by like I'll give you a guide. You don't have to do polys. If you haven't got polys, you can do them in any sets that you've got. So I'm doing them in polys. I'm going to use a range of pencils over the series. So I'm not just going to use polys. I'm going to use Prismas, probably Artesias, Black Widows. We're going to go with different pencil sets on different hair. It's going to be ones that match up in my eye to what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to match them up as best as I can and get them all ready beforehand, so that we've got our little colour cards and we can go with it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of bring little hair off there. Just wanted a couple of little strands. Okay, and then now we're going to come down. So if I zoom out a moment, you can see more of a fuller picture to what we've got so far. And we started off with a blank image, so we're really building on it. It's looking a bit more realistic. From a distance you can really see the pronunciation of the colours. I'm just having a sip of my tea, it's gone a little bit cold. So you can kind of see now. I'm just going to put a bit more black in that bit. It kind of sort of, are you I'm quite happy with how it's coming along. It's that golden blonde. So with the different variation in colours, so when you're picking out your colours, so as I said, this is a golden blonde. So like, she's got similar colours hair to me. You're looking at a variation, so picking colour choices out is a good thing because you need to play by eye on the kind of tones that you want in a hair. So when you're looking at blondes, you're not just looking at a yellow. It's not just a standard one, bog standard yellow. You're looking at things like brown, you're looking at a darker brown, you're looking at a light or a mid yellow, then you've got your black. Your black will always be shadow. You can add highlights in with, which I will do at the end, with a white. So you can kind of just go by variations. So we're going to now be on to the bottom part, which is the, hi Natalie, it's a Mariola Budek. Let me write it in the comments. I haven't got a link on me because I'm not on my computer at the moment, I'm on my phone. We've got to go back to the bottom now. If you go to Mariola Budek on Etsy, if you go along to there, there's a whole PDF pack, and it is 9 different hair images. I might have to zoom you out just a tad so I can put the colour card. So again, lightest colour. And I'm holding the pencil like that. So it is just a lay down. It's just a starting point. It's just a lay down only. So we're not rushing it. We're taking our time with it so that we want the achieved desired result at the end. Just make it look realistic. Because you haven't just got one colour in hair. It's on her Etsy store. And as I said, it's a 9 image pack. And you get 9 different hair images for you to practice. So you don't have to just do it on this. You can apply this to any hair. I'm just doing it on this one because it's got so many different directions of hair that we can have a good little practice on the directional approach of like how we're going to look at it. Hi Charlotte, welcome back. Thank you very much, May, for doing that. May's just put the link. Anyone that wants to go ahead and pop over to Mariola, and you're going to use these and you're going to practice on them. You can print them off as many times as you want. So it really doesn't matter if you make an error, but there's no real error because then you're learning at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to bring some of that yellow. And Belinda does this in Copics, Colour with Faithful Girl. She does this image, she's got a speed one on her channel. She does this with Copics. I'm doing pencils and I'm going to do a hair series. I use Bristol. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go over to the dark Naples Ochre again. We're now going to have sharp points. And we're going to finish up this hair. Hi Anna. That's okay, you've been making cupcakes and glitter jelly. Nice. What paper do I prefer? Dash, I've only really tried this, but I'm very soon going to purchase the Strathmore coloured pencil pad, and I'm also going to try the is it Transotype? Amberly recommended to me. There's Transo, I think it's called Transotype, and the Copic paper. So I'm going to get a range and we're going to try them. But this is just a matte 160 gram card that is brilliant. I cannot recommend this enough. I love this. I will put it in the description after I've uploaded this. I'll put it in the description what one I buy off of Amazon. It's amazing. Okay, this is my dark Naples Ochre, as long as you can see this. I cannot recommend this enough. So we're back to strokes. The first is just a base, no strokes. The second colour is building up strokes. So it's a number of things. I need to have that so you can see it. If I bring that over. I recommend the one that I use. I can't recommend it enough. I use it for so many mediums, and of course alcohol markers bleed through. I do not believe there's a bleed through paper. And if you have found it, then do let me know. that goes through your printer. Because don't forget, the thicker they are, the more likely they're not going to go through your home printers. So it's nice buying all these cards, but if you can't print them off at home, you know, it's going to be a bit pointless. What gram or what weight is it, Dash? I'll have to write that one down. Let me know. I'll write it down. Do you know the weight? So it's Bristol. I like to vellum. I like to try different things, so let me know and I'll get some. I'm going to stock up on different cards at the end of the month, and I'm going to have a little go. We'll do like a stream with them because I want to do the spectrum nails on them anyway. We could try these on them, can't we? Okay, so it's good to try different papers, you know, if you've got different mediums, but coloured pencil, as long as coloured pencil and markers go on things for me. I don't like too much tooth. I like a little bit, but not too much. And this paper it's not toothy, but it does grab it grabs your mediums really well. So we're keeping, are you still with me? We're right on the last section of the hair. So we're keeping with the dark Naples ochre, and we're keeping it along with the pre-existing strands. Yeah, if you've got any recommendations for anything, anyone, you know, let me know. I'll put them in the comments after this is uploaded, and I'll check them out. So as I said, we're on the last bit. Now this bit is a little bit more shaded down here. So you are allowing your hand, let your hand loose. This is where I say it, like loose. You're not stiff as a board because that would be hard. So let your hand loose and just let it go with the flow of the strands, because if you let in your hand just go loose, it will go with the direction of the hair. If you're you're going to be on straight lines, aren't you? You're rigid. Nina. Okay, let me write that down. Nina Bristol Vellum. One size smoother than the other, depends what look. But thank you. I'm going to have a look at that. Thank you. I've written that down. So I like to have a little look at what things are, you know, because there's so many things on the market. And the thing is as well, if I can, you know, have a go at these, then if I find something really, really good, I can share it with you, you know, and vice versa. If you find anything that really works well for you, do let me know, and I can always pop them in my cart and get them and try them out within reason. So cards and stuff I like to try. Right, so we've got the second one going. Now we're going to go on over to our brown ochre. I'm going to start off with these side ones to begin with, and loose strands, follow the pattern. We're nearly there, and if you've done this and you've enjoyed it, let me know. For those of you watching this back and you try it, do share, it would be nice to see. £67. Thank you. 147 GSM. That sounds perfect. That sounds perfect. That's the kind of grams that I like 160, 140, you know, those types. That sounds perfect. Okay, so remember, little tip, if you're trying to do a highlight, you can always use your finger as a blockade. And if you're, after a while, you'll get into the swing of this, you won't need it. Just trust me on that. So just go with it. And all these little tiny, tiny directions are pretty easy to follow. So just go with each of these directions that the artists provide for you. And things like Jasmine Becky Griffith, she doesn't have the strands in her hair, but she's got a directional flow. So I would suggest on those to add an entire base down of a colour, so whatever colour you're going for, and start to add some like your own grayscaling by strands, and then you can go for that. So you know, it's start off with an image that has directional aid for you, and then work your way up, because you still apply the same method, but you are not, you know, you're not entirely doing it with a, you know, an aid. It's a bit of an aid, but you still got to do all the direction, and you still got to go with the same method. So when you build on this, you will then apply this into other images. So this is your starting stepping stone. And the good thing with this is that you can make it look realistic as well. And every single hair that we do, we're going to have a realistic look. So hopefully, that's the aim. Hiya, anyone that's coming on in. Thank you, Dash. I shall go and have a look. Okay, so we're getting there with our brown ochre. And then we are going to just bring in, pull it all together. And as I said, I'm not going to do the skin, we're just focusing on hair today. And the hair episodes will just solely be focusing on the hair and not the background skin. It's just the hair. We can add, you know, if you would like to do these and you want to add your skins in, by all means do. But these episodes is just focused solely on the hair and how we're going, which colours we're using, how we're going to approach it, and how the results. The best thing is the result. So what the result is like, are you happy with the result, and is this something you would like to try? So hopefully this will be a good thing. And then very, very shortly we'll be trying another medium that's coming very shortly. It's just based on pain, guys. I mean, I do find myself, you know, towards this time of year I suffer a lot more. So I try to do as much as I can in my spare time, but I like to save myself for the streams so I can spend a longer time with you all. You've just you just added her to your shopping list. These are so worth it, because you can print them out as many times as you want, you know. You can practice as much as you want. Right, so we got there with our, almost, with our brown ochre. And then we're going on to our burnt umber, our black, and finish and wrap this episode 1 up. Which, as I said, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope that this will be helpful. So it gives people a little stepping stone into hair and how to colour it. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in, before I go dark, I'm going to bring in our Naples Yellow again. And like I said on the above ones, I'm going to just pull some more of that blonde in before we add our shade in. So into those areas that we've left as a highlight, you can drag in the yellow. So you can kind of just go with the flow on this. So just follow that along. Yeah, and then if I zoom out slightly, we're going to get then, ah, thank you. I saw Dash, isn't it stunning? I was like, don't look, Sam, just don't look. Laura Rafferty has a new circular portrait book available for pre-order. And yeah, it's stunning, isn't it? Okay, so we're now going to get our burnt umber. Now, again, as I mentioned previous, you've got these, see how dark these areas are? You're focusing only on those with your brown and your black. So it is defining those areas only. So I'm going to pull that colour down and define the shadows and the dark. So on here you have like roots, or where it bunches together it might naturally be dark. So where it's bunched together in the plait, it's naturally going to be a little bit darker, and that's why Mariola has pre-shaded. And I also want to show you the other ones that are included in this pack. So I'll get there in a minute. So I'm just pulling that in, focusing only and solely on the areas that are pre-shaded. Oh, it does. It looks stunning. I know. Oh no, did you see? Oh, I nearly fainted. However, it looks worth it. So I'm just going to zoom you in for this last part that we're on. So with the burnt umber, but then you got, you know, you look at things, they've put so much time, effort, it's the artist you're supporting, so you kind of, you know, she's done an amazing job, and I congratulate her wholeheartedly. What an amazing achievement for her. She's a member of the colouring community through and through, and you know, it looks incredible. It does. I think it's via her website, Natalie. If you go over to Laura Colours 2 or Laura Rafferty, she's got a Facebook group. She has got all the details. So Laura Rafferty has a Facebook group now. It's new. She set it up. She's got a couple of amazing admins over there, and all her information and any freebies that she has is in her Facebook group. All the information. She's also got on a video. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Dash. That is the point. And let's face it, you know, how much time and hours and effort, really, it's, you know, it's something that should be awarded, shouldn't it? It's so much time and love and admiration goes into their work. It's lovely. I love it. So you're paying for that. So it will be on a Christmas wish list that I will buy after Christmas. Okay, so these parts here, I'm going to define a few of them. And I'm only going to go on certain areas, again on this. So just certain areas with the burnt umber. Thank you, Jerry. Oh, I know, Daria. I know. 100%. 100%. Her stuff would be incredible for tutorials. She does a free sampler page to do practicing of hair, lips, eyes, nose, ears. So if you go on over to her Facebook, search Laura Rafferty, and you will see she has a Facebook group, and you will find more information. If you go over to her channel as well, you'll find that out in her information. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom one out a minute, and now I'm going to go for the last of it. So we're going to get our black. And now we need to add a little bit of definition, like around here. Oh, I just... Sam, that was not a good move. I was only supposed to like be pointing it out. And there's me putting it to the paper. Okay, so these parts, I just need to define this area here. So you can see, I'm just going to go around and very, very lightly, I'm going to define the inner plaits. And in the inner parts of the plaits here, very lightly, I'm taking my pressure of my pencil very, very slight. Very slight. So it is a very slight movement. So you can see the definition, but not over flooding it with black, because you will lose the blonde. Thank you, Charlotte. So, as I said, we're going to do a series of this. This is number 1 of 10. So I might live stream them, I might pre-record them, I'll have to do a combination. But I like to come on a live stream. I don't like talking to myself on the camera. I prefer to come and talk to you all. It's just, you know what I mean. I can sit and talk to you. When we're going to sit and talk to myself, I might as well just come on a live stream and do it. If I'm going to be sitting here, you know. So I think that's what I'll do. I wanted to do a series of pre-recorded, but me talking to myself, it's not happened yet, has it? Okay. So literally with your black, you are using that as your definition. So I'm just going to add a few little strands coming off. So just where she has a couple come in. And then at the top, I'm just going to very lightly define the root only and add that down. So you're just adding now any highlights. Now, I recommend, personally, if you're going to use a white pencil, a luminance, so if I zoom out, we've done this with polys so far. So this is the result. We've just got to add a little bit of highlight. So when you're looking at highlights, you can look at a number of things, but you go to the highlighted areas only. Thank you, Dash, for doing that as well. Okay, so I'm going to get a Prismacolor white. And the only reason I'm just getting a Prismacolor white, oops, hold on, is because it is one of the whites that I prefer. Hold on, guys. Okay, so we got Prisma white. I'm going to put it for those that which is PC 938. Okay, so I'm going to put that there for those that, you know, watch this that aren't understanding, because I do have people who can't understand English. They say, and can I put these so they know which numbers? So I was like, you know, why didn't I think of that? I should do that. Where is my pencil case? Which one? This one? This one? This one's from Amazon. I got this a long time ago, and this has got prismas in that I got a stock of my skin tones I usually keep in there, all my skins. And this was, I don't know if you can see that clearly. It's on Amazon. I love it. It's really quite chunky, and I've got all my spares in there, and then it's got a pocket and it's got some additional little rings. I really like it. I like it as well, Kiwi. I really do. I mean, as I said, I usually just got a big stock of like skin tones not long ago, but they're the only things that I've restocked on, you know, so because I use them the most on streams and stuff. Okay, as regards to highlights, you won't see them hugely, but you can add in highlights, and you've got to press quite firm on these sections, so it's only, you will notice it if you are sitting there, but you've got to go quite hard with your pressure because it's pencils. This would show up a lot more if you had like marker base. This would come in quite handy. So you're kind of just going to your highlighted areas and you're kind of just playing on that, so you can really apply some pressure. And this is just your final sort of area. You can add white, it just defines those highlights really. It kind of adds a little bit more of a, lifts it, gives it a facelift. So all these areas that you've kind of left as a highlight, you can do, obviously on toned paper this would be amazing. So I'm just highlighting those. It highlights it. It's like just sort of pronouncing it out. So down to these areas. It really does sort of lift it. It lifts those areas. And we're nearly done. We're almost there, and that's been number one. I'm going to try and do one a week. Pain dependent. I'm going to say that, and I'm really going to pronounce that quite a lot over the next few months, because I have increased pain especially over these months. But obviously I'm here as long as I can be. I don't plan not to be. It's just I don't ever plan, you know, pain. It just happens. So it is pain dependent. But I plan and hope on my planner, I'll show you the plan, that there is one a week. Okay, so that highlights the areas of that. Of course, so I have honestly just highlighted like these areas. I've just highlighted all the areas in between. It just brings up the highlights, Katrina. So you're just kind of going over those areas. So all these parts in the middle, we're just adding in strands, and we're just highlighting and lifting up the highlighted areas. So it literally lifts it. It's not making it white, it's lifting highlights. It kind of just lifts it up. And the wax-based Prisma, so your Prismacolor, because it's wax-based, it really sort of makes those accents stand out. So it really is just a case of a highlight. So you're kind of just going with that, and that is it. That is our golden blonde hair episode. So it's episode 1. We have done episode 1, and if you wanted to do, as I said, with our dark, if you want to add in or accentuate, you add black, and the black literally just accentuates any strands. So you can pick and choose. Oh, let me zoom in. If you wanted to like define anything else and go with the strands, so you can add in and take away. It's entirely up to you how dark or how defined you would like your work. But you can always sort of play and fiddle. But your black, as long as it's nice and sharp, can just accentuate those strands, and especially into the areas only that you have your darkest areas there. No, thank you everyone. I'm glad you like her. Oh my god, Chip. Andrew, tell him he's gonna bark his head off. Yeah, it just, all this does is sort of accentuate, and we're going to do different hair. The black one will be good to do. I hope you're looking forward to that, because I know quite a few people say that they have trouble with black hair. Because how do you do it? It's a number of greys, black, white. It is a task. So I'm just sort of defining those out. And that is, my lovelies, number 1. This is number 1. Number 1's done. So we have managed to do golden blonde. We've used polychromos, and I will recap which colours. So I will put them here. So light, I'm going to do light at the bottom to darkest on top. Oh, sorry guys. So that is what we've used. So we have started off, Natalie, let me tell you, I will tell you again, I'll recap in a minute what the weeks are. Okay, so we have started with a base of Naples Yellow. These are all polychromos. We have gone in, this is a base and not strands. Our strands then go to dark Naples Ochre, adding in strands of brown ochre, then burnt umber, and then black. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. It is one of those that's going to be really good. I'm really excited to do these. So this is a hair series, and this is episode 1. And I'm saying episodes because it's like a mini series of 10. So again, recapping guys, base, strands, just highlighting the strands in the way of making them pop. Making them pop is shading in with the black. Oh, thank you. I'm surprised how quick that came out actually. It's because I enjoy doing it, see. And that is an entire hair, isn't it? How long were we doing that for? That's okay. Thank you for joining me on it. You know, I'm so happy when you guys come and that we do something, we learn something together. You know, that's the whole point in it. It's boring doing it on my own. I'd rather come on stream and show you. So series 1, episode 1 of a series of 10. So that is episode 1. And I will recap what we're going to be doing so that we can sort of go over, you know, what's going to be happening. Oh, Dash, thank you. Bless you. Thank you so much. So let me quickly recap what we're going to be coming up. So I'm going to try, maybe the Christmas week we'll have 2. We'll see. Thank you so much. So, Robin, it was highlights with white. So the white was just highlighting the areas in the middle. Thank you so much, Dash. It's very kind of you. So we're going to go over quickly what I'm going to be doing and what the series is going to entail. Episode 2, so next week, is going to be purple ombre galaxy hair. So we're going to use purples predominantly with touches of blues and make little stars as a galaxy sky. I'm going to be doing that on episode 2. So it's a bit like it's galaxy hair. We're going to call it galaxy hair. Then we're going to be doing dark red roots into light red areas. So I might use this, I might use the one that we've just done, which is this one. Then we're going to be doing black hair. So black hair, this is a good one for us to use a guide on, and I'll show you why. Because the way that it's done, it's a lot easier when you've got more of a guide, and then you progress onto another picture, which we will do in time. Episode 5 is going to be unicorn hair. So it's a matter of ombre pastels, so you can have different unicorn hair. I'm gonna have this all of them pre-done, like pre-sorted. So we've got the pencils ready and we've got our little cards. So that'll be a good one. Then we're gonna have strawberry blonde ginger on number 6. Then we're gonna have brown hazelnut hair. So that's a nice one. Then we're gonna have the white ash blonde. So we're going to do it on this one again. We're going to reuse this particular image. This is going to be, I'm really, really looking forward to that. Then we're going to have grey in this one. We're going to have greys. So it's going to be more of a darker grey root into a light grey. Then we're going to have brown caramel ombre hair. And this is number 10. If we think of any more in the meantime, we can add them on. So if you're watching this back or you've got any suggestions in the comments, I can sort through and we can always add up to another 5, I'd say, because we could do a series of 15 if we want to, but this is 1 of 10. If we want to add any on, then we can. So this is going to be an ombre. So you know, like you have a caramel going into a blonde, like a brown caramel sort of ombre look. I've seen them, they're amazing. So 10 is that. Grey is 9. White ash blonde is 8. 7 is brown hazelnut. Number 6 is strawberry blonde ginger. Number 5 is unicorn. Number 4 is black hair. Number 3 is dark red into a light red. Number 2 is purple galaxy, and today's one was the golden blonde. So leave it into the comments if you've got any other suggestions that you particularly would like to see, but we can always extend it. I'd pick out, I won't go for all of them, but I'll pick out 5. So if there's any other thing that you would like to add into it, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comments. But for today, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me here. Sorry about the interference on the first stream. Oh, thank you, Susan. Oh, bless you. Thank you, guys. You are just, your kindness is unbelievable. Thank you so much. Mermaid hair. Put them in the comments, guys, of the uploaded video, and I will write them all down and sort through. So thank you so much for joining me. Look forward to seeing you next week anyway. Part 2 will be next week, and we're going to be doing the, this is going to be a fun one, purple galaxy hair. So you all have an amazing evening. Thank you so much for those of you that have super chatted. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. So pop them in the comments, guys, and I'll sort through them. Thank you, guys. You all have an amazing weekend. You'll have a brilliant Saturday, and I will see you hopefully on Tuesday. You're welcome. Thank you all for joining me. I can't wait for the next one. Take care, everyone. Lots of love, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.